Hello everybody, and welcome back to Monday Night Arena Fight. This week, there is a special quick draft going on, which is called M19 Exploration. We get to play 2 lands a turn, our starting hand size is 9, and no maximum hand size. So I'm gonna run this out, and it's for Core Set 2019, so let's get started with the draft. Okay, well, last time we got punished for not taking the signature multicolored card. That's a 4/4 for 4/4 flyer for 4. Or we could go down the mono green plan and possibly wheel this Talons of Wildwood. Okay, let's go Gigantosaur. Well, nothing really stands out. The Arcane Encyclopedia can draw us a card. Giant Spider. Yeah, let's take the Giant Spider. It's a good defensive card. Blocks flyers. Alright. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a creature with 4 power or greater, draw a card. Okay. If we see this again, we'll take it, but for now we're going to take the Draft All-Star Colossal Dreadmaw. Oh, and there's another Colossal Majesty. Yeah, we're trying to control big creatures, so we'll take one of those. Okay, Druid of the Horns. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets Druid of the Horns, create a 3/3 green beast token. Well, we don't quite have any auras. Although I'm going to say we'll take auras more highly if we take this. There's really not something, so I'm just going to take the rare. Just add it to my collection. Another Colossal Dreadmaw, we'll take that. Explosive Apparatus or Marauder's Axe. The Marauder's Axe could help us make some of our smaller creatures have the power we need to get the Colossal Majesty, so I'm going to pick that up. Alright, there's either a Fog or a sideboard card. I'm going to go ahead and take the Plummet. Okay, it's nothing for us in this pile, so we'll take the best card out of there, Knight of the Tusk. And if we have to, we could probably go into a green-white deck. Go ahead and take the Combat Trick. Loxodon Line Breaker. Take the Lava Axe. Crash Through. And an Island. Alright, second pack. Well, again, there doesn't really appear to be anything for us in this. Kind of glad I didn't go down the blue-white path, because that did not seem to pan out either. There's been a couple of good artifacts, but nothing real noteworthy. We'll go ahead and take this, and we'll probably be playing green-white at this point. Okay, well, there's an aura, but there's also a Vine Mare, so we'll take the Vine Mare. Rux Oracle draws a card, but I want to take this Talons of Wildwood. Okay, after that, we'll take the big creature. Naturalize or Root Snare, or the Field Creeper. I'll take the sideboard Naturalize. Alright, there's an aura that we can use, so we'll take Oaken Form. Greenwood Sentinel's the other only card in our colors. Giant Spider. Now, again, there's nothing really here. We might play the trusty pack beast, but I'd rather just take the lava axe. Heck, we might go into green-red and just try and burn out our opponent with a single mountain. That's in our color. Let's go ahead and take Trumpet Blast. Another Root Snare. And a Smelt. And a Forest. Alright, third pack. Well, we've got an Oaken Form and a Titanic Growth, both good cards in the deck we're building. This equipment just makes dudes when the equipped creature attacks, and it boosts any of our small dudes. I think I'm going to take this. Alright. Reliquary Tower, I don't think we're going to have a problem with maximum hand size, so I'm just going to take the 5/5 Vigilance. Okay, Centaur Courser. Sun Cleanser is our rare. That requires too much red. Well, we can take this Bristling Boar, that's 4 power. There's another Colossal Dreadmaw. Take it. Elvish Rejuvenator to help us speed out some lands, so we can get our make sure we get our big creatures going. Go ahead and take the Gaspark Twins. Now we don't really need any more creatures, and we're okay on combat tricks. I think the Recollect will be worth more, because it can get back one of our big creatures. Take this Talons. Take the Oaken Form. Wall of Vines for an early block. Trumpet Blast, because we might play that. And we really don't want our opponent having this as a combat trick, so that's going to stop people from grabbing them. Root Snare, and a Plains. Alright, so we are pretty well set up. We've got only really one card that I have to cut, unless I want to put in main deck the Naturalize, the Plummet, or the Root Snares, or if I, like I said, I wanted to go and put a couple of Lava Axes for late game. I don't think our late game's the problem. I think it's more about just setting up early defense, getting the early defenses to set up. But I'm gonna have fun with it either way. So what I'm gonna take out is one of these Talons of Wildwood, and let's get into our first game. See you there. Oh yeah, Relic Word. Alright, game 1. 1, 2, 3. And I'll keep this. We're playing Hiron King. And we can drop 2 lands, so we'll do so. Okay, our opponent has a Wall of Mist, not something I'm really worried about. Let's get out this Marauder's Axe. Probably should have kept it, or should have mulliganed for a hand with more lands in it. 2-headed zombie, because we are seeing none of that. Okay, we'll take 4, and if we don't see a land next turn, I'm probably going to just go ahead and concede. Yep. So, that was not the best moment for me. I will try and keep in mind to keep more lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this looks like a way better hand for this type of format. So we'll keep this. On second turn, we can drop this bristling boar. And then on third turn, the vigilant Baloth. Our opponent has a gutter snipe, so they started out pretty strong. We are going to continue and play those. Move to combat. We'll attack with our 4-3. And then get out a 5-5 with Vigilance. And now we're really only kind of looking for one more land, just so we can have the 7-7 with Trample. But our opponent appears to be stuck. So, but who knows what they have in their hand. They could have a couple of instants deal with the 5-5. Yep, there's a shock. Okay, and our opponent is going to resummon their Pyromancer. We'll take a little bit of damage from the 4-3, and we'll take a little bit of damage too, but let's run out this Elvish Rejuvenator. Well, we found a forest, so let's put it into play, and then we will get back our Baloth, and then pass turn. Okay, if our opponent attacks, we'll block the 2-1. The gutter snipe will get through. And our opponent made a mistake. You want to cast Trumpet Blast during combat, otherwise it has no effect. So let's go ahead and put out our 7-7 with Trample. And we'll attack with our 4-4. And then next turn we'll put out Vine Mare and Colossal Majesty. And just waiting for our opponent to figure out if they have a play here. Okay. It looks like our opponent probably loses here. I'm going to play Marauder's Axe, equip it to the twins, move to combat, and attack. Alright, game 3. We're 1-1, and I'm feeling good about this deck. As long as we keep a hand of a lot of lands, we should be okay, so we'll keep this one. Okay, our opponent had to mulligan 1, and they scried to the bottom. 2, Greenwood Sentinel for a 2-2 with Vigilance. In 2 turns, we'll have this Gigantosaur, so... Okay. this. Play out our Rejuvenator, see if we can find a land. We find another land, and we'll put out a wall of vines. There's no reason to attack here. Our opponent has 2-3 and can easily block. Okay. They're going to get flying, so... But we have a reach creature, so we'll block with our wall of vines. Okay. Now this turn we could play Gigantosaur, but I think it behooves us to just go ahead and put the Oaken form on the Sentinel. And then we can play our Marauder's Axe. Attack with the 5/5. And that will allow us to kill one of these knights. Or get through for 5. Okay, so our opponent is going to jump their Pride Mate again. I'm going to go ahead and block there, and even though they can give their Valiant Knight double strike, I'd rather get rid of it, so I'm going to block there. Okay. Oh, they gained life, so they got to kill off our wall. Well, let's just play this Gigantosaur. No attacks. And then we will Talons of Wildwood it and Oaken form it. Okay, our opponent gains 3 life off of their horse. And we cannot stop any of that damage this turn. So, put the Talons there. And... if I recollect, I could play out the Wall of Wood again. Or I could prepare for a better turn with Oaken form. I'm just going to attach the axe to get into more extra damage. Move to combat. We'll attack there. Our opponent's going to be hard-pressed to find a block that's feasible. And then we'll end turn. Hopefully our opponent will have to hold back everything this turn if they think they're going to have to block. Okay, so they're coming in for 5 again. Okay, our Rejuvenator has done its job, so we are going to block it with, or block the Knight with it so we don't take more damage. Okay, so our opponent has 7 damage on, or 7 damage that they can absorb. That leaves us not quite dead, but if they have a combat trick, let's see, so they'll take 6. So what we have to do is we have to force them to have the answer. So we'll take back our Oaken form, play the Oaken form, and move to combat. And our opponent concedes because they don't have the ability to deal with our Gigantosaur. Alright, so hopefully this game will be a little bit better than the last. I know usually I was saying that 3 lands isn't good enough, but this one looks like it might be able to get there. So I'm going to keep it. What we'll do is on 1 we'll play this Marauder's Axe. And then next turn we'll play this Rejuvenator looking for another land. Or if we find a land off the top. Okay. No land off the top, but we'll get this Rejuvenator out. And then we'll start playing this Druid of the Horns. And trying to get it enchanted. Okay, our opponent has a 4/2. He's going to give it haste. No blocks. We'll take a couple of 4 hits, I think. Yep. So we'll play Druid of the Horns this turn. And no attacks. Okay, our opponent has found a 5/4, so we will be blocking that this turn with our Rejuvenator. We'll take another 4. But this turn, we're going to get 2 3/3s. As well as a big old Druid of the Horns. No attacks. This way we can block everything if we need to. Okay, there's a Bristling Boar. And our opponent doesn't really have any good attacks here. So let's see what they'll do. Okay, that's about what I expected. Let's go ahead and play out a Vine Mare. And a Wall of Vines. No, we don't want to lose our Druid of the Horns, so we'll just leave it back. And our opponent also has a Vine Mare. Okay, well, we found a forest, which we don't particularly need right now. But let's commit to a 4/5 Thornhide Wolves. No attacks. At this point, whoever flinches first probably loses. Okay, there's a 7/6. And our opponent is playing a very similar deck to us. And we can't block with more than 1 creature, so we'll take 8. Okay, so that was a godsend for us. We'll go ahead and play out this Bristling Boar and pass the turn. Okay, our opponent found their Colossal Majesty, so they built the same deck we did, but they added red. Alright, they have a 3/3 with haste. Move to combat, and they'll attack. No, they won't. They're just going to wait. Okay, we are going to move this axe over to our Wall of Vines. That way it can block something and kill it. And we'll pass turn. Okay, at the moment we have exactly the same amount of creatures. but our opponent is drawing twice as many cards as we are. And they found a lure that we didn't even see. So, they win. Okay, this is not a good hand to keep, so we're going to mulligan it away. We're looking for probably 4 lands at minimum. This is much better in my opinion, so I'm going to keep it. And we don't... 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we don't need that 7th land, so we'll drop it. Okay, go ahead and play out, get a Druid of the Horns, and pass turn. That way if we find any auras, we can just stack them on the Druid. Okay, our opponent found a mill card, but we have a Colossal Dreadmaw, not more. And next turn, it will be an 8/6. And bring a knight into play. Okay, so I'm going to mill 6 cards. Oh, whoops. I forgot I had to actually cast it, but we'll just put that there and get a 3/3 still. Move to combat, attack with everything, and pass turn. And then next turn we'll do the Sigiled Sword of Valerian. Assuming we have cards left. Okay, attack with everything, and our opponent dies. Alright, next game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands and things to do. We will definitely keep this hand. Think we're looking to run out the Druid of the Horns into Oaken form. And then from there, Vigilant Baloth and whatever we draw. Okay, our opponent drafted a blue-green deck. Let's see if it's like the last one we played. Oh, they have a Vine there, so it's a little bit different. Go ahead and Oaken form up. Okay, that puts our creature out of kill range, so we'll attack with it. And then get a Rejuvenator. That sucked, because there were no lands there, and that had stuff I would have liked to have drawn, but... play out our own Vine there. And because I don't think our opponent will trade down like this, I will attack for 3. And even if they do, I didn't lose anything. Okay, our opponent is actually playing a similar deck. Okay, go ahead and get out the Vigilant Baloth, and we'll attack with the 3/3, and if we have to trade with the Vine Mirror, we shall. Okay, our opponent's going to mill us a couple of cards. They hit a couple of forests, which we don't want to see, so thank you, opponent. And they have to find a solution or a blocker for this 5/5, or, well, for any of our creatures, really. We just have enough on table to kill them. Okay, so they found a solution. That's fine. We are going to give it trample and go to combat. Okay, trample over for a total of 6, commit the giant spider to the board, and pass turn. Okay, they milled more forests, so again, thank you, opponent. Move to combat, I'll attack, I'll bring this guy back. Alright, and our opponent concedes. Okay, so again, we normally don't like to keep these 3-land hands, but if I find a 4th land, I'm going to be pretty good, and with Colossal Majesty, I'll start drawing cards. So I'm going to give this a shot. So I've been thinking about doing these Monday night arenas on stream, but I'm just getting used to, our opponent made a slight mistake there, but I'm just getting used to being online and talking to whoever's listening. I think it would be more engaging, and I would have more to talk about, or I would hopefully have more to talk about. Okay, we're just looking for a 4th land. We should be all good if we can find a 4th land. Okay, so our opponent puts in a flyer. Anyway, so yeah, streaming. It's just, I'm having a hard time thinking about things to talk about, so I don't want to really bore you guys. But it looks like I'm gonna lose this game because I'm getting mana screwed. Okay, that's enough. I can't catch up to that. And we didn't even draw a land, so... but yeah, that happens. Alright, well, that was our 3rd loss. We actually made 5 wins today. I feel pretty good about a deck that I really didn't have any faith in, but I had fun. I drafted mono green, which is very rare for me, and we did okay. So thank you for joining me, and leave a comment down, or leave a message down in the comments if you think I should try and move to stream at some point. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great Monday. Bye.